Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle with Simulation Lab. I decided recently to start a game development blog or vlog um, about this game that I've been developing for quite a while now in my sort of like free time and stuff. It's been a pet project since probably late last year, so it's been about a year. The game is a multiplayer vertical battle royale style game. So it's relatively new type of game in terms of battle royales are concerned. If you guys are familiar with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, PUBG, or Fortnite, it's sort of similar to that, but different in a lot of ways. So the game title is tentatively going to be called Sky High or Die. So kind of toying around with the name and the lore behind it, the sort of storyline behind the game, but just wanted to, in this first video, I just wanted to poke around the first level here and show you guys what I have so far and some of the pickups and cool stuff that you can loot and what you can do in the game. Um, Obviously, I have a lot more work to do in terms of the architectural details and the meshes for the pickups and stuff like that, but I'll show you what I got so far. So this is the first level, or I guess the first map that I have. So it's obviously just like this enormous tower that has like multiple tiers, and each tier has separate, these unique buildings. You can go inside of each building and loot stuff, and you can basically climb up the tower. The objective of the game is to climb up the tower, be either the first one to the top or the last man standing. Um, uh, and there's a game timer that basically times the match. And then during the course of the game, there is a see if I can come down here. There's a smog that rises up in the tower, and if you get trapped in the smog for a certain amount of time, you start losing health and you die. Um, or there's a couple different pickups which I'll show you guys in a second that you can get to allow you to stay in the fog for a certain amount of time. There's like this gas mask and these goggles that you could put on to be able to see in the fog because it gets really dense in the fog the deeper you get into it. Um, so there's a couple different mechanics that are built out so far. Other than that, in terms of architecture, there's of course buildings and stuff, and the egress methods are stairs. Obviously, there's like kind of like stairs everywhere connecting these different levels, and then there's these stair towers that allow you to kind of egress up in a little bit faster way, and then there's elevators within these little stair cores that allow you to get up a little bit faster, but you have to have a corresponding colored key card in order to use those. Um, so those are a couple different methods. Other methods include there's a jetpack in the game, which I'll cruise over to my crappy little staging area. Obviously, architecturally, before I get into that stuff, there's going to be like a whole city. That's kind of what these like dumb blocks represent now. There's going to be a whole city kind of in the vastness here that kind of fade into the smog, and a city below the tower you can kind of like see. And I might extend this down a little bit further, and of course further up. So part of the lore I think is going to be um, is that the tower is like this gigantic antenna that kind of like like it continues up, and there's going to be like a perch right at the top, and first guy to get to that wins the game, or the last man standing trying to get there or whatever wins. Um, or like it might just be like a vertical elevator kind of thing that goes all the way up to space and you see the whole planet. I'm kind of toying with some stuff in terms of how that might work. Um, but just a couple ideas that I have so far. But right now it's like the first man at the top wins. Um, so yeah, anyway, we'll kind of come over to my crappy staging area here. I have some pickups. So I might just pop in and show you guys some stuff. So I'll go ahead and play it. So I'm playing with two different players right now. Obviously, it's multiplayer. The game is going to be probably released onto Steam as a PC game at first, and then might do some console builds. And then eventually, I'd like to do a mobile game, being that everything is effectively mobile optimized because it's a stylized game. It's not supposed to be photorealistic. Um, so yeah, anyway, yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of stuff. So I have like a jetpack you can get. You obviously can cruise around. Still got to build the animations for the jetpack, but you can there's the primary class weapons, which are like your basic pew pew shooters. Get your rifle. Um, and kind of blast. And those are AI, so there's bots that are built in the game, and you can shoot these guys and collect their loot and stuff. And then this is just another player. Obviously, the match hasn't really started or anything, so I'm not going to do any damage. These are primary class weapons. There's some more powerful ones like a sniper rifle. It has like a scope that I haven't really built out yet. And sounds, there's no sounds made yet. There's all just crappy, like, standard sounds that the game engine comes with. There's a shotgun, right? There's a grenade launcher that does some pretty fun stuff. Oops, did I not pick that up? Here you go. And the grenade launchers does, like, physics damage. So it causes players to ragdoll when they get hit. And then there's a little recover animation that they eventually get up if they're not dead from the blast. But anyway, there's like some standard. There's like a armor, vest, and different levels of armor and stuff. There's rocket launchers that do long range damage, similar to the grenade launcher. There's obviously frag grenades, smoke and stun and stuff. So I made this cool like little tracker thing that like shows you where the nade is going to hit. Obviously still have to do some work on the animations, but it's kind of cool so far. I built a lot of crap like that. And then so those are your throwables. I have a bunch of health pickups, obviously a cup of coffee. There's an inventory system built out. I'm just going to expand this a little bit. Obviously you can store your inventory here, and the jetpack has the highest capacity, so it's 2,000 units that you can carry. And then you can consume coffee, right? And it gives you a little bit of boost up there on the left. Shrink this a little bit down there. And then these are the more interesting weapons. So these are 4 that I have built out right now. They are the sort of experimental class weapons. So there's they all kind of do like these sort of like physics-based stuff. So there's a paintball gun, and that allows you to shoot like a paintball projectile, and which is pretty fun. Oops. Because it allows you to shoot these paintballs, and it allows you to bounce them. So it's a cool game mechanic for like physics-based stuff. You can propel yourself up onto different platforms. You can shoot enemies and like launch them off of stuff. Which that can be pretty annoying after a while. So what you could do is like blast them with a rocket launcher. Obviously, I don't have the collision enabled for the grenades on the bots yet, so that's something I gotta work on. But anyway, that's some fun stuff. There is a shrink gun sort of thing that I haven't really totally hashed out yet, but basically you shoot a player and it makes them tiny. So if I play that player, I kind of run more slowly, jump not very high, and when I shoot, the rounds do less damage. So it's pretty fun. Anyway, I have a balloon gun, which is kind of goofy. It's kind of weird. But obviously, you guessed it, it shoots balloons, and sometimes they have these weird replication issues. But I can shoot them and remove them. Couple of fun things you could do with them. If you shoot a player, traps them in a bubble, and you can obviously like shoot them with a grenade launcher or something. They stay in the bubble for a while. Same thing with the bots. But you can also shoot objects. Like let's say for instance, I shoot this couch. Obviously I gotta fix that, but I can sit on the couch and then it'll turn into like a sort of airship. So this allows you to like egress up the game a little faster, and the more balloons you shoot at it, the faster you'll climb, which is kind of fun. And you can kind of like navigate around a little bit. It's kind of not really meant to be like a perfect vehicle or anything. It's just kind of like this like dumb idea I had for like a sort of Easter egg. Um, but regardless, it has like a self-correcting mechanism that allows you to not go into complete chaos. Oops. Gotta fix some of the. Oh my gosh. Not sure why that's making noise, but anyway. Whoa, that's weird. All of my things came back. A few bugs left to be worked out. In terms of like things reappearing, it's kind of just these weird replication issues. I think it has something to do with the Pi viewports or something. But anyway, so that's the balloon gun. Can do some goofy stuff with it. Shrink launcher and the um, paintball gun, and then there is of course the grapple gun, which allows you to shoot. You guessed it, grapple hooks, and the grapple hooks are actually toilet plungers, so you can shoot and get yourself up, which is pretty fun. Another thing you can do with them, oops, is you can bring players toward you. So if like I'm on top of a platform, I can like grapple this guy toward me, and I can like rip him off another. If he's on a different platform, whatever, I can pull him off. You know, it's kind of fun. So yeah, that's pretty much that. And then, of course, everything has like a, the jetpack has its fuel pod, and everything has its associated ammunition. I'll show you what the gas mask and this little guy does. These are all like clothing pickups that I haven't really built out yet. They're just there. And of course, there's elevators that you have to have a respective key card to use. Green key card required. If I grab that and use the elevator, yay, pretty fun. A couple other things. There is a ladder climbing mechanism, which PUBG does not have. So you can climb up ladders, and ladders are going to be kind of everywhere. So in the tower, there's going to be like pipes and industrial stuff, and on those are going to be ladders. So you can climb up ladders and kind of sneak around and get onto different levels a little bit faster. These are moving platforms. Haven't totally worked out what those are going to look like yet, but I assume some kind of like thing with like jets or something that it's going to like, traverse and go to each, go to different platforms. So you can like ride on them. I don't know. Just another thing. And then there's going to be coin pickups, or there's a currency system already built in where if you shoot a player, you get a little bit of money. If you kill a player, you get even more money. If you pick up an experimental class weapon, you get some cash, and you can spend that money at one of these ATMs, or these vending machines. So if I go up to the vending machine, it gives me like a little menu here, and I can like collect stuff. Obviously, I'm not signed into a player, and then that money stays in your account. Oops. Okay. So like I said, your money that you collect after collecting weapons, shooting people, and collecting, maybe there's like coins or something around the level or whatever. Yet money stays in your account. So every time you log in to play the game again, you can use that money in the ATMs and kind of give yourself a leg up in the game. So you can buy all kinds of stuff in there. Pretty fun. So other than that, we'll jump into the actual level and we'll kind of play around. And I'll show you guys some other features. So yeah, I'll just exit to lobby. Before we do this, I just went ahead and started a new game here, so let me go ahead and exit to lobby. I'll show you guys a little bit of gameplay. I guess, well, I'm playing with myself right now, but eventually I like to get somebody else on these videos that I can play with, and you can kind of see like how the gameplay will actually work. But for now, there's like a solo, duo, squad mode. The duo and squad modes, you can revive your teammates, very similar to PUBG, and there's a friendly fire mode. These options may or may not be accessible, and there might be like a sandbox mode where you can create your own level or whatever. But in the standard matches, some of these options might not be available. There is a deathmatch mode. It's a couple different things that I'm working on. So anyway, so I'll go ahead and host a game, and I'll join this guy. And don't mind the grid there. I'll show you what that does in a second. So there's a game start timer that comes down, and the way the bots work is if there's not enough players to fill the match, it just fills the rest in with bots, similar to how PUBG Mobile works. So anyway, so obviously you can see the fog, it's starting to rise. It rises incrementally throughout the game. And if I toss on my gas mask, a little health bar pops up there. And if I pick up a pair of goggles, if I type Q, this like matrix mode kind of happens where I can like actually see in the fog. And it's obviously not perfect, but I'll show you how it looks like when the zone like the smog actually moves up. You like really can't really see anything. So I mean, I could never see that player right there, right? But if I turn that on, like I can definitely see him now. So go over here with me, bud. So pretty fun stuff. And obviously the gas mask blocks my damage. You can see the guy on the right, his damage is going down pretty quickly, and mine is not at all because gas mask is blocking the damage. I can stay in the fog a little longer. So let's go and grab this guy and maybe get a jetpack. Cruise up out of here. Boom. So a few things I gotta work on, right? He's probably gonna die. Oops. And it looks like I died because I did not have enough health and I fell too fast. So yeah, that's it. All right, so I restarted the level real quick. I might just like poke around and tell you guys a few more things. So yeah, the game is eventually going to be built out for Steam. I'm going to be doing some beta testing probably in the next couple months maybe. Just kind of depends on how far I can get on the architectural scene and the environment and stuff. I got a lot of bugs that I know about, my little Trello list and stuff, which probably in the future videos I kind of like go over that. Maybe I'll do some live videos or something. But yeah, plenty of work to do left on the environment and the pickups. The character is getting there. I might want to do like a character customization thing. What you hear there is a drone that drops off these loot boxes. You can like loot stuff, you know. Obviously that didn't come with ammo. You gotta tweak that stuff, but regardless. Yeah, so plenty of work left to do, obviously, before beta testing starts. If you're interested in becoming a beta tester and playing with my little group that I have to test this thing out, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll get in touch and we'll set that up. But yeah, so obviously the game is built in Unreal. It's a 4.25. And yeah, what else? So I mean, I obviously like I have a ton of like there's just so much code into like every component of this thing. So like I think what we could probably do in some future videos is like maybe cover like how all this stuff works or something. Maybe if you're interested in any particular asset that I looked at today in this video, you can leave a comment and let me know what you might be interested in or whatever. We can kind of cover this stuff. There's a lot of work involved with getting some of this stuff to work for multiplayer on server, like server replicating a lot of this stuff. This is all just for the grapple gun, which a lot of that stuff runs on tick, which is not the best option for that. But for now, it's running okay. So there's obviously a few things I want to tweak, but regardless, yeah, I mean, if you're interested in how any of this kind of stuff works, maybe we could do some like tutorial videos and stuff in the future to cover some of the logic. But yeah, otherwise, I think in the next video, maybe we'll, I'm probably going to obviously work on the environment more, have some more stuff built out, get some trees in there or whatever, and pipes and all kinds of industrial elements maybe. Might do a little bit of work on the character and a lot of work on the assets and the pickups and stuff. So that's my future plans, and for the next video we'll kind of cover what I got so far then. But regardless, if you're interested in learning more about the project, about Sky High or Die, please feel free to subscribe, smash the like button if you like this, um, and plenty more videos to come. Might be playing with some people in the next couple videos or so, and might do some live streams or something. I don't know, just to do some work live or whatever. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.